Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to Gunner Fan TV. Let's talk about the game today, guys. Match reaction, everybody. Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2 at the King Power Stadium. Wow, what scenes, bro. Yo, let me tell you, man. Starting this game off, I was a bit nervous because we all know that Kai Havertz has been injured. He's been injured since the Dubai trip, and he has a hamstring injury, which rules him out for the rest of the season. And listen, however you cut it, he's not the player that we want, but he's a player that we had, and now we don't have him, right? So it's the saying is, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And this is a perfect situation of that, right? We were already short to begin with. We were missing 3 of our attacking players. One, and the best player, which is Saka. He's been out since December with a torn hamstring. And then we had Gabby Jesus, who also got an injury, ACL injury, which rules him out for the rest of the season also. And then most recently, we had Martinelli, who came off in that Newcastle game with another hamstring injury. And he should be out for another 3 or so weeks before he's back. So we were short to begin with going into this game with attackers, and we did not have enough options, in my opinion, on the bench. But listen, we turned up today and we got the win, which is more than you could ask for. This is what we wanted. We wanted the guys to come out, and we wanted them to perform, and we wanted them to get the 3 points. First half of the game for me was dead. I'm not gonna lie, it was dead. The only bright spark and the only danger in Arsenal team looked like Ethan Nwaneri. He was the one who looked like he meant business. He was taking on his players, it was taking on the opponent, and he was producing. He was putting in dangerous crosses. So he looked a threat all throughout the first half. The back line, to me, looked consistent. I mean, I wasn't worried too much about the back line because, honestly, I mean, 9 times out of 10, they always get the job done. Saliba, Gabriel, Skelly, and Timber typically gets the job done, and they did today. To be fair, Leicester City didn't really pose much of a threat. But listen, they had a couple of chances, and we had to deal with it. One was a ball that Skelly had to just a little small touch made the difference, because Bobby D. Cordova-Reid was lurking in the back there, and all he had to do was to tap that in. But Skelly made a decent touch, a very important touch to bring the ball out, and they got a corner for that, and we didn't concede. So again, even though you're not being tested throughout the game, it's very important that you stay alert, because you never know when the opportunity arises. Like you have to be there, right? So regardless, they did what they had to do today. Moving forward into the midfield, I mean, the midfield today, I think Partey did a pretty good job. He was moving the ball left and right, bringing the ball forward from deep. I think he did okay. I mean, a few bad passes here and there, but it wasn't anything detrimental. Maybe I think he made one mistake where Timber had to really get back and cover. But for the most part, the midfield was consistent. It wasn't great in the first half, but they were consistent. They were tidy. Odegaard looked really average, man. I don't know. It just seems like he can't shoot. I don't know what's going on with his shooting. Like his shooting boots is probably left. I don't know. He left it at home or something. I know he just had a baby. And I mean, for any of us parents, we understand that with any newborn, man, it's the responsibilities change, man. Like, you know, you're on night duties, you get up, and it's just like, you know, you have to help out the wifey. You know what I mean? And I think it's his first child. So that excitement too, and just him being, you know, overly protective of that child, you know what I'm saying? He's going to play a role. You know what I mean? So that might be taking a toll on his body too, on him resting and him just being the Martin Odegaard that we know, the maestro in that midfield. But he looked average today, and he was okay, but he wasn't great. Declan Rice, as usual, he's always hardworking, always running forward. He actually played a small part in the first goal where that ball came to him. He was kind of awkward on it, but he was able to play it back to Timber, and then Timber played it back to Nwaneri, and Nwaneri was able to put the cross in, which resulted in the first goal. But the midfield was all right. The three attacking players that we had, man, oh my Lord, let me tell you. Sterling, bro. I really want Sterling to do well, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. He's 30 years old right now, and if you're gonna be honest, there's nowhere else to go but down. I mean, I really don't wish that on Sterling because over the past years, he's been a really consistent, solid player, right? For whatever club or clubs he was playing for back in the day, whether it be Manchester City or Liverpool, you know what I'm saying? He's always turned up and he's always done a job. And even for the national team for England, right? He's always there. He's always in the starting lineup and he's always working, always producing. Listen, he's been a professional, since he was like 15, 16, playing a lot of football. So, at this point, 30 years old, your body breaks down and you lose a lot of your skills. You lose a lot of qualities that makes you the player that you were, right? And he was that pacey. He used to, take on players, skilled player. Like, he was able to, to handle the ball very well, dribble, all that good stuff. But now at the age of 30, if you don't adjust your game and you're still trying to use those techniques and skills and qualities that got you where you are right now, I mean, it's going to be difficult. You have to adjust your game. And I think he's having a difficult time adjusting the way he plays. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo, and even Messi too. I mean, those are the GOATs, but you have to draw a reference to them. They had to change their games, right? Cristiano Ronaldo was a speed merchant, and getting into his 30s and now 40 years old, he had to make massive adjustments to the way he plays, right? And now he's still scoring goals. He's still contributing to his team in Saudi. So, that's something that maybe he needs to look at. I think he's trying too hard. But it's Sterling, man. I'm not really going to talk a lot of bad things about him because he's been very consistent over the years, and he's played his role as a player. It's just very unfortunate that we are having him now at this point in his career. Moving on to the other wing, Ethan Nwaneri. Oh my God. For me, to call it, like, it's hard because, Merino scored 2 goals, got us the win. But I feel like for me, man, Ethan is the man of the match. You know what I mean? Because the way he took control of his position, of his game, and pretty much as a 17-year-old, putting a team on his back, right? And that's how I saw it. He was the one was like, yo, give me the ball. Let me do what I need to do. I'm going to take these players on and I'm going to get a result here. You know what I mean? And he did that. He did that excellently today. Like, he was excellent in doing that. And I felt like he stood up. He was like, I want to be counted amongst the Arsenal greats. And I think it started today. He got his opportunity. It's 14 or 13 games left. And he's taking the opportunity. He got the opportunity today and he took it. You know what I'm saying? He clutched onto it with both hands and he was like, listen, you're going to have to get me out of here when Saka comes back. Yes, he's a star boy, but he's going to have to work for that position. And I love that. I love that in my players, man. It doesn't matter who you are or if you are a well-known starting player. Once you get injured and somebody comes in, you're going to have to work to get back into that position, bro. That's how it should be. And I feel like Ethan did that today. And for me, he gets a man of the match for me, man. I give him a 9 out of 10, man. If he had scored, it would have been a 10 out of 10. For real. Played very well. He seemed like he's very mature, very experienced, strong on the ball, skill on the ball, technically gifted, very good player. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of Ethan throughout the season and into next season. My only concern is, and I'll just touch on this really quick, I hope Mikel Arteta doesn't do some ridiculousness like loan this player out next season. I don't know why I have this feeling, but I feel like if they're going to go for the title next year, they're going to go for the title next year. They're going to spend a lot of money, and I feel like bringing in players into those wide positions and maybe a couple more players in the midfield, because already Zimmermendy is coming into the midfield, right? Partey's leaving, but yes, Zimmermendy is coming into the midfield, and maybe they're gonna maybe go out and get another midfielder. Where does that leave Ethan, right? He's going to be 18 in a couple of months, but where does that leave him into the team? And I think, I don't know, it's crazy thinking, but I hope Arteta doesn't loan him out just to make sure he's still playing games. He needs to be at Arsenal. He needs to be at Arsenal. Yeah, Trossard was all right. Trossard was consistent. He was I think he was a little bit above average today. He definitely contributed to the second goal, which is pretty good. But in the first half, the majority of the team looked really dead. Second half was when we stepped up a gear, and it seemed like, yeah, we really realized the position that we're in, and we needed to win. Liverpool dropped points during the week, and we are 7 points behind Liverpool. So we definitely needed a result here. We definitely needed to win to keep it close, to keep it respectful, and now we're at 4. So I think that's what the halftime talk probably was about. Yo, we need to win this. They went out there. They looked more aggressive going into the second half, but still wasn't that convincing until Mikel Merino came in. And what a performance by Mikel Merino, man. I mean, I got to give it to him. We complain a lot about him not being the right signing for Arsenal, but he showed up today and he actually did the job that he was asked to do by Mikel Arteta. Very good goals today. He took those goals very well taken goals. The header, wonderful header. He went up, picked his spot. Yo, listen, I cannot complain about him taking the chances, because he definitely took the chances. The keeper had no chance against in saving those goals, to be honest. I mean, you look at the replay, the header was well placed into the corner, and the second goal, the keeper had no choice. You know what I'm saying? So well done by Mikel Merino, came in, did a job. And I think somebody at AFTV, I think I was watching on one of the segments where I think it was Cecil he was saying that the closest person to profile who could possibly play that striker position would be Mikel Merino. And that's exactly what happened, and he actually produced today. So overall, 3 points, can't complain. Everybody did a job. Wasn't an excellent performance in the first half, but when it comes down to it, man, 3 points gain, right? So now it's up to Liverpool. Liverpool now has to go out there tomorrow and they have to do a job against Wolves. Even though Wolves is I think 2 points adrift off the bottom. They're just above Leicester. Leicester, I think, is 17, and Wolves should be 19 points. So 17 points for Leicester and 19 points for Wolves. So they also need a result. That could be an interesting game. If they don't gain a point tomorrow, listen, that's still great. You know, they'll be at 4. They will remain at 4, and we'll just be 4 points behind. So job well done, boys. Hopefully into the next game. Hopefully moving to the next game, we'll see Merino start that game. I mean, you scored 2 goals coming on, playing the position that you've never played before, and you were able to provide that brace. What more you could ask for? Just you got it. He has to start. He has to start the next game. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Hey, listen, guys, I want you to subscribe, comment. All right, smash that like button. This is a new channel. I'm trying to build content here for each and every one of you. So please smash that like button so the content and the algorithm for YouTube could spread this content to, Arsenal fans. I have a video that's going to be, coming up very soon about my trip to London. I was able to see Arsenal play for the first time in Emirates. So my first trip to the UK and to the Emirates to see Arsenal play. And the game that I saw, I was so fortunate to see, was Arsenal demolishing Manchester City 5-1. And I was in the stadium. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about in that video. I want to talk about the merch, things people were saying to me, the workers or the cashiers were saying to me while I was buying merch in there, just to show you how much the Cronkies don't care about us fans, and they don't care about title, and they don't care about the DNA of the club. I'm going to tell you that right now, and that was something I experienced while I was shopping for merchandise in that store. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that, guys. So yeah, go ahead, subscribe, smash the like button, comment down below. Tell me what you think. If Merino should start in the upcoming game, we should have West Ham next. So hey guys, stay safe and peace.